Good morning, world changers. So it is day 16 of the 100 Days of Self-Discovery Challenge. So the idea is every day I pose a thought-provoking question and I share my own reflections on that questions, and I invite you to do the same. So you can comment here in the comments box below, you can take a photograph of your journal entry, or you can do a video like this, and you can do that here publicly, or you can join our Change Your World personal development group, which is free to join, and it's a private closed group, so you might feel a little bit more comfortable sharing in there. So today's question, following on from accountability, is what are some bad habits you want to replace? So the bad habit, one major bad habit I really want to replace is I want to stay focused. So I am terrible for being in the middle of something, doing one task, and an email comes in, or a message on my phone, or some other distraction, and I went, I'll just quickly reply to that, and I do not stay focused on the job in hand that I'm doing and just finish it and then move on to the other thing. I've just got into this really terrible habit, and I don't know, I didn't used to be like this, and I know it is, I know it's down to smartphone use and my over use of smartphone use. And I remember the talk that Laura Willis from Shine Offline did at my last conference in Inverness in 2018, and she highlighted how our smartphones are actually designed to be addictive, and they draw you in and they bring you in, and this is why Steve Jobs and everybody in Silicon Valley actually do not give iPhones and iPads and all other smartphones to their kids, because they know this, so they actually don't give them to kids. So when I heard that, I was like, that's pretty disgusting behaviour, really, because it's all about, obviously getting the customers hooked so that you buy more of their products. And I'm guilty of this. I've fallen completely into the trap. My smartphone use is really bad, so I would love to replace that habit so that I use that less, or just have dedicated times during the day that I will check it. And I have tried this before. I've put my phone on flight mode, but then that means I miss phone calls, so that's not good. However, those phone calls always probably distract me from the job in hand as well. So maybe, I don't know, it's my own feeling that, you've just got to be switched on 24/7, and we don't need to be. Phone calls can wait, emails can wait. This is a society we used to live in, where if somebody sent you a message or an email, especially when I was working 9 to 5, like, I purposely did not have my work emails access to them at home. I absolutely refused, because I was like, I don't get paid for it. It impinges on my home life. And, like, if a message came in and it was urgent, I didn't get, after I'd left for the day, I didn't get it until the next day, and it just had to wait. And you know what? The world didn't fall down, nobody died as a result, and, we sorted it in the morning. However, because I'm now running my own business, there's this feeling, this need to be constantly switched on and available and accessible and all the rest of it, and I need to change that habit, because it is impinging on my personal life, on my healthy habits, like exercise. Like, I find myself getting ready in the morning to go for my run, and it should take me just 5 minutes to throw on my clothes and get out the door. But no, I'm like, quick check on social media, or then I get distracted, all this. So that is an absolute bad habit I'm going to replace. So making myself accountable, I'm actually going to stop. I did this before and I've fallen off the wagon. I hold my hands up. I'm going to stop taking my phone into my bedroom, because I use it as an alarm, and I'm going to stop doing that. I bought an alarm clock. I'm currently in Edinburgh, so I'm not at home at the moment. So this is why I've fallen into this bad habit, because I don't have my alarm clock with me. However, I do have another mobile phone that I can use as an alarm clock. It's not connected to anything, so it does nothing. So I'm going to use that as my alarm clock, and I am going to not check my phone until after I've come back from my run. So that's one stage, and I'm going to set limits 3 times a day. Okay, realistically, let's be realistic. I'm saying 3 times. I'm being optimistic. I'm like, do you know what? That's not enough, because I use social media for my for my work constantly. So maybe if I do it in 5 windows, and that, does that sound a lot? It still sounds a lot, doesn't it? Well, I'll work on it. But that's the habit that I'm going to replace with a healthy habit. Some of the other things, I definitely need to start going to bed earlier. I've slipped into a routine of going to bed late. And well, one of the other things on my list was checking my phone at night. So I got into a bad habit. Instead of reading, I'm checking my phone. So because if I don't take my phone to bed, then that'll stop that. So, and it'll make me read for 10 minutes before I go to bed. I've got faffing. I tend to faff. I think, okay, I'll go and do this, and I'll just make a cup of tea, or I'll just tidy. Working from home is a whole new discipline for me, because I keep finding myself going, I'll just put the washing on before I start that, or I'll just unload the dishwasher before I do that, whatever. And all these things, when I used to work, in the BBC and doing my job as a radio producer, I left the house at 8:30 and I didn't get back until 6 o'clock. And these jobs did not get done, and I just did them in the evening. That's the discipline I need to apply to my working life now. So that, because what I want to do is just work 9 to 5 and then have my evenings and weekends free, which is not happening at the moment. However, I am realistic that sometimes when you're setting up a new business, this is the nature of the job, and this is what you've got to do. Or maybe that's the mindset and the belief that I've got, and it's not true. And maybe it can be done 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and I can have my free time at weekends and evenings. We'll work on that. What else have I got? Oh yes. So I am really bad for doing a mammoth to-do list, and then I feel really guilty at the end of the day because I obviously don't achieve it, because one, I'm faffing, I'm putting on the washing machine and all this, I'm checking social media, and I'm not being totally focused on my tasks in hand, so I'm not doing it. So there's an element of guilt there, which then makes me feel like I'm failing, then just goes into the spiral of just negative sort of beliefs. So I need to stop that. I need to actually look at what I've achieved each day, because I do achieve an enormous amount, but I'm focusing on what I'm failing at and what I'm not achieving rather than what I have achieved. So that's got to be replaced, and I've got to change that. So bad habits I've already replaced over the years. I mean, obviously I've given up drinking recently. Hitting the snooze button, that used to be a terrible habit. Now I do set my alarm, and I actually put my alarm on the other side of the room, so it forces me to get up and out of bed straight away. There's no faffing with that. So because I learnt that by doing that, by putting the snooze button on, you're setting yourself up to procrastinate for the rest of the day, because you're telling your mind going, oh yeah, I'll do it in a minute, I'll do it in a minute, I'll do it in a minute. And you just keep putting off. So you train your mind to have that mindset. So I have to, so that's been one positive thing. Well, there's been loads of positive things, but today is about the bad habits I want to replace. So I look forward to your reflections, and what bad habits you're looking to replace. And please, I was going to say post a video. It'd be lovely to put faces to names and what have you, and just see everybody supporting each other. But I understand a lot of you are uncomfortable with that. But the private group page, that is much more closed and secure, and obviously a safer environment. It's not so exposing. So I look forward to hearing your reflections. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, bye.